with a flood of reactions on social media to new reports that 20 people are now in captivity after the notorious terrorist Bl0w attacked the H0t community in the Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. Now, here's what we know. The kidnapping took place on Tuesday, with both men and women abducted, and 2 people were injured. It comes as Turji, as you see on your screen, has indicated his plans to fully control parts of eastern Sokoto State, which has led to the mass displacement of residents and families, as seen in this video you see, that has been trending all week. I'll take some quick reactions to people. One person says, nah, what is all this? And why do we even have executives? How can a bandit be this loud and bold, yet nothing has been done? The more you look at the ongoing scenes in Nigeria, the more you question your sanity. Joseph says, is there no police in northern Nigeria? Why are these terrorists moving from town to town without being challenged, but police mount checkpoints in southern Nigeria to extort motorists? Meanwhile, disturbing new pictures are circulating on social media that show the release of 17 people of different ages, all abducted from the evangelical church Winning All in Ayetoro Kiri of Kogi State. Now, according to the National Public Secretary of the Communities Development Association, 3 people were released on Monday, with an additional 14 released on Tuesday. And as you can see in these new pictures, it's mostly elderly people, young kids who had been in captivity since the 14th of December, when 30 of them were kidnapped during a service. Now, according to the association, this was very much a community effort that led to bringing these people back safely, saying that they worked with families of the people who were abducted, community leaders. And a lot of the people are saying, you know, why is there such a vacuum when it comes to security and police presence in these states? Where is everyone? Rufai, I'll start with you.
And that's exactly what we're saying. I would rather we are bringing people back home, releasing people, showing that the government cares, rather than spend that money, billions, on lobbying. Okay, look at it now. Part of the terms and conditions, please, Vimba, read in that lobbying contract for us, please. I just want you to read one part. To be able to talk about the things we are doing to safeguard the Christian communities in it. Does this story show that we are safeguarding the Christian community? People, Christians, were abducted in a church since 14th of December. They had to do community effort to bring them back. No government. And it's not only them. These ones, they will have paid some ransom. So with a story like this, very good. True as in communicating its action to protect Nigerian Christian communities, maintaining U.S. support in countering jihadist group and other disabilities. Does this communicate action that you are protecting Christian communities, where it is the Christian communities that had to look for a way to be able to get their people out? See the way they were dehumanized. Let me talk about a case. Reverend Archie was killed just because of his faith. We've been making an agenda for his wife that has been in captivity since Reverend Archie was killed weeks ago. I've been advocating for Reverend Archie's killing when I was on holidays in England. I came back to this country on the 3rd of December. So before then, Reverend Archie's wife had been in captivity. I don't know if they have released Reverend Archie's wife, only if they will release her tomorrow. No government, no government agency. The last time, it was the family that was running around. Reverend Archie's body was only released after the family had gone to put some money forward to the criminals. Reverend Archie was picked up in his home. So does this, bro, rather than doing all of this, why don't we capitalize or focus on how we can solve the problem? I was reading in African reports, as regards this lobbying thing, that one lawyer was paid $5,000 just to write a letter to some American, what is it called, senators or something. $5,000 to write a letter.
Well, a lawyer deserves his wages.
I'm not saying they don't deserve their wage, Dr. Abati. I'm not arguing that the lawyer doesn't deserve their wages. I'm just stating empirical facts. But see the sad reality. So I think it's time for us to look within. As we speak today, I don't even know. Maybe if the government, let's even set up a website, a glossary of all of those and index that have been kidnapped, so that we even know the cases that are currently on, the cases that we are pursuing, because I know it can even be overwhelming that they've even lost track of most of these cases. The cases that have been opened up, what's the coordinated effort? See this woman. See what she has been through. Her face tells the story of Nigeria. When we say Nigeria happened now, oh, the data boys and the those under PRU establishment, they will come and tell you that you are stupid, you are mad, that you hate Nigeria. The emergency lovers of Nigeria will come.
Yeah.
So maybe if we can even set up the website, have a glossary, a reporting website that we can all harmonize, so that we know the cases that we are even tracking. And please, for what it's worth, ensure that Reverend Archie's wife gets out there.
Absolutely, solutions.
Okay, the whole issue is about the worsening state of insecurity in Nigeria and the impunity of non-state actors. Bl0w Kachala, those are his full names, known for short as Bl0w, is considered the most notorious terrorist bandit in the northwestern part of Nigeria. Now, before this latest attack in that local government in Sokoto, it was reported to have given the people in that area 24 hours notice to leave their homes. And I think there were videos of persons actually running away. And then this latest attack, he taking control of the place, injuring people, abducting more than 20 residents in that community in Sokoto East. Now, this Bl0w first came to fame, I think, in 2022, when in one particular incident, he was reported to have killed over 200 persons, he and his gang. Now, do you know the irony? The irony is that at a point, this same Bl0w, whether he was granted interview or whatever, was reported to have been given H0t vehicles by a sitting governor in Nigeria. So this romance between authority figures and bandits and terrorists who should be arrested and brought to book is part of the problem. Now, I think in that same northwestern axis of Nigeria, whether it was Bl0w or somebody, there was an arrangement to even give him a chieftaincy title by a community. So you see, the impunity of non-state actors emboldens them, and the connivance of the state or state figures encourages these non-state actors to continue in this regard. It's not as if the authorities do not know who he is. It's not as if they don't know where he operates. So it speaks beyond insecurity to the failure of the state to apprehend these criminal elements.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing with the Ekwa Church in Kogi State, right? In a community in Kogi State. Now, over 30 persons were abducted on December 14. Now, on January 1, we were told that 4 persons were released. By January 13, 4 persons were released because 3 were reported to have died. They gave them 3 corpses, released 4. On January 13, they released 14 more persons. Now, on January 14, they released another set of 6. Now, they've released total 24 persons. We're told that 17 persons are still in custody. And all of this as a result of the effort of the Community Development Association and the families. You ask yourself again, where are state agents?
That's the question.
Where are the people who have a constitutional obligation to protect Nigerians? And that's why it looks helpless, whether the victims are, Christians or they are Muslims.
Right.
We're under siege, but the only good story there is that the Minister of Defense now says they are setting up new training depots, one in Ebonyi State and some elsewhere, to scale up, the Nigerian government living up to its responsibility. We will comment on it when we see the results. And we will say, well, the state authorities have woken up and they are no longer Jellofing and Peppersouping with bandits and terrorists.
Yes, such key points. Residents should not have to fend for themselves. But from insecurity, let's now head to our next